softly, I have to choose. Should I leave or should I stay with you? I am addicted, we are too close. One more day and I'll overdose. Killing me softly, I gotta choose. Keep my life or lose myself in you. I'm so addicted, it has to end. But why do I keep holding your hand? I am stuck and I'm hypnotized. Visions of you come and stay the entire night. My mind is buried, rescue out of sight. Crazy me, what do I not see? That you are living poison in my veins. Put the needle in me so that I feel free. I let loose, give you the key. Pray that you'll be dead to me. Ashamed, this is my destiny. Crazy me, what do I not see? That you are living poison in my veins. Put the needle in me so that I feel free. I let loose, give you the key. Pray that you'll be dead to me.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. I hate all this overthinking. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver, no more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar, bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Oh no,
Hello and welcome everyone to another AFR broadcast. Here we are for the Tier 1 Championship Round 3 in Shanghai, China. So we'll just start off with a quick track overlay as all the drivers are getting ready in the back to start their qualifying. So Shanghai, China, 5.4 kilometre circuit, 16 turns, very characteristic snail turn 1-2, and then of course the incredibly long back straight into that harsh turn 14. So we should be in for quite a spectacle, hopefully. Anyway, we'll see how that all goes. I'm Q90 as usual, and I believe today I will be joined by Red Panda. I think we're just trying to sort out some movements. We should be able to get that underway fairly quickly. Alright, so let's see. Everyone's still readying up. That's alright. So we'll have a quick look at the leaderboard, I think. So, as of the last round, Revo currently still leading the championship at 51 points. Mikau in second in Haas. Great performance by him as well. Seb, third place with 30 points. T-Mac doing well, 22 points there to put him up in fourth. And not a bad result from everyone else as well. We've still got a bunch of people without any points, but hopefully we'll be able to see them do a little bit better throughout the season. I think I can hear Red Panda with me. Yes, it is.
Hello, how are we today?
Not too bad. Alright, so having a look at the Constructors' Championship as well. So Renault getting carried by Revo at the moment, currently in first. Mikhail putting Haas in second place there, and of course Seb putting Red Bull on the map in third. Ferrari and Toro Rosso still yet to put any points on the board, so hopefully that'll change tonight. Alright, so Red Panda,
hello.
What is your... Talk with me, what's your expectation coming into this?
I believe, it's been a trend on the first two races. I believe Revo is just going to run away with it. Mm-hmm. He'll get pole on the mediums and just bolt. Won't see him again. Other than that...
That's fair.
Other than that, I have a feeling T-Mac's going to do well.
China, yeah. So, admittedly,
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention to practice for the last 2 weeks. Of course, we didn't run last week because it was Australia Day.
Yeah,
So we
that's
have
right.
had 2 weeks of practice. I have not been paying attention at all. I haven't done any practice. My life's been crazy, so I'm not actually
Me neither,
familiar.
man.
So run me through what's the standard tire strategy here. China's a pretty fast track, so I would assume it'd be medium to hard.
Medium to hard. That's right.
Yeah.
And temperatures are going to be an issue.
Yeah, of course,
That's
of course.
one
Long
of
running
the
track.
tracks.
Yep.
Yep. So temperature's going to be an issue. They're going to have to especially watch that on their medium stint. Otherwise, they're just going to burn them out. So, yep.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. All right, so medium to hard will be the one that we'll be showing. Technically, you could probably do a soft, medium, soft, but that'd be stupid. Because,
No,
of course-
technically you could go the soft to hard. That is in the option, but it is a bit slower.
Yeah, but
because your
you'd be-
softs,
Yeah, you'd
your
be much
softs
slower
are-
at the end, though. Much slower at the
Yeah.
end. Because your hard.
you'd be much slower at the end, but at the same time, your softs would be easy high temperatures by lap 3. So it's
Yeah.
pretty out of the question.
That's right, yeah. China, of course, with the massively long straight at the back going into turn 14 and 15. That just kills tyre temp. Okay, well, in that case, so medium to hard. No worries. And you think Revo's going to take it away? That's a pretty fair assumption. He's been doing absolutely freaking amazing in the past. You can tell he's put a lot of the practice in. So that's probably going to happen, which will make Bandcamp happy. Bandcamp's been having a little bit of issues.
Yeah,
He
first
hasn't-
tracks haven't been to his liking.
He hasn't found his groove yet. Admittedly, Band is also running. What is it? He's running no ABS, and I think that was the major change. It was no ABS, so he still does have to get used to that. So it's so we'll see how it goes in China. He's had 2 weeks to prepare, so we'll see if that works out. You also said T-Mac. T-Mac's been doing really, really well. I do hope he puts it up. But the thing is, like, so of all the people that are out there now, the two that I would say that can challenge Revo is Mikau and Seb. So Mikau
Yes.
showed intense promise.
I've been very surprised with Mikhail's pace over the course of this start of this season.
Well, that's right. Yeah, definitely. So Bands told me to watch out for him, and I was like, "Yep, no worries, we'll do." And yeah, he has immense pace. It's actually quite incredible how fast he can be on the track. It's just that Revo has just so much more practice.
Yeah.
I guess. Actually, that's not fair because Mikau's platinum 50 in the game.
he
so
has been putting in a lot of time.
Yeah,
has
so
been
he's got a
practicing, I
lot
know
of
that.
hours. So yeah, so I feel like maybe given a bit more, we could see a proper battle happening out there in first. And Seb, so we know that Seb can put it to Revo. He did it before.
Take it to Revo, yeah.
He did do it before. Admittedly, Revo has put in a ton more practice since then, so it's yet to be determined. But I think Mikau and Seb are the ones to watch out for when it comes to trying to put Revo out of lockstep. Or if Revo seems to push himself just a little bit too hard, pushes the car a little bit too hard, and ends up binning it or something similar. I doubt that. I think Revo's got a nice groove for every track now. So I think that he's just going to have like a very consistent, just drive and focus.
Well, he has to be because he's being selected for F1 esports qualifying, and he needs to be on it at every track in order to compete. So there's no really surprise that he's been putting the time in.
Yes. All right. So we'll move away from Revo. So we've got Mickey and Seb. That's cool. All right. So yes, T-Mac. I hope that T-Mac's been showing a lot more improvement. Of course, he went from Tier 2 to Tier 1 this season, and he's been holding it up there with those big boys. He's fourth at the moment, which is great. So hopefully we'll see a lot more from him. Let's see who else was on the. Who's the other
The
person?
ex Tier 2 drivers are always, and the T1 rookies are always putting up a good show, always battling it out.
Impulse as well. So Impulse has been showing incredible improvement as well. He did have a poorer race in Bahrain. Did have a couple of issues there, so he finished at the back. But nonetheless, one to watch out for. So
Definitely, he has been putting on the time. I think he has something like 700 hours now on F1 2019, which is just crazy.
He's Platinum 9 in the game, so yeah, he's definitely got like a ton of time behind him, for sure.
Do you have any dark horses?
Do I have any dark horses? Maybe Potsy. So he retired in Australia.
Yeah, that's right.
But he finished 4th in Bahrain. So, I mean, he'd be one I'd watch out for, I think. I think that he might have some pace here. We'll see how it goes moving in. But,
yep.
Alright, so are you in as a spectator in the game? I think
yes.
Yeah, so that's all sorted. Right, so everyone is readied up. Now we're just waiting for the qualification to start. So I should be okay to switch us over.
I reckon my dark horse would be Gus Rules. He's been so unlucky the first 2 races. I reckon his luck will change.
Oh, man. So that is... Yeah, I will point this out. So Ferrari have had some insane bad luck. Greeny has crashed out both races. He's crashed out in Australia and he crashed out in Bahrain. Very unfortunate both times. Oh, and it's overcast. Is it rain or is it just overcast? I'm sure they'll tell me soon.
I am not sure.
I'm sure they will tell me soon. Hold on a minute.
What's up?
I can add a track map in Spectator.
Yeah, they added that.
Okay. I didn't know that. That's awesome. All right, cool. So we'll have to...
It's a step in the right direction.
That is an incredible step. That is fantastic. All right, so we'll try and muck around with that and see how well that goes. That does take up a lot of space, but we'll work with it. Let me know in the chat how it looks for everyone. But that is a great introduction. All right, so I am being told that it will be a dry race. So we should be good.
Overcast quali, but...
Yes, overcast quali, so that might introduce some hurdles. I don't think so. It'll keep the temperatures down, so we'll see if that increases performance in any way. Actually, you know what? I'll be honest, that's not too bad. The track map's not too bad.
Nah, it's in a good spot, and yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But they need to have a system a lot more like iRacing. That system is just amazing.
We'll see how it goes. I am really keen for F1 2020 when it inevitably comes out. I want to see what improvements they make from that. But hopefully it'll be interesting. Also, I have fixed the replay system, so we will have that to look for this broadcast. And this is I am streaming in 720 at a lower bitrate. So hopefully those of you who did have issues last 2 weeks ago with the stream not being able to watch, hopefully you will have better luck this week. If so, let me know, and then I can get better at perfecting those settings. So
Revo starting his lap.
Yes, so we should probably, let's jump down a couple. There's Revo. Here we go, coming into turn 1. So of course, China being quite a fast track, and having that infamous turn 1, turn 2 snail combo there. So as he comes round, and then he'll punch down and around the little kink, and that'll finish off sector 1. So let's have a look here. We're looking at a 24.45 as he hits the brakes. Oh, I have to admit, I'm really liking this track map. This is great.
Yes, it is awesome.
I can see what happens. I wonder if it flags with yellows as well.
That would be interesting, yeah.
Sector 2 yellow flag, but I don't see anything, so no. Doesn't look like that's the case. That's alright. So, moving through the end of Sector 2 now. So, Revo will be coming around. Putting his foot down. Looks like there's Jacob Meister off to the side. He'll trick that Sector 2 timing, 52.4. A little bit of a lock up there on that front left. Now we come into the massive banking turn. That'll come into the back straight here at China. Here it is. They'll max out complete full speed with DRS. All the way down into turn 14. We've got a sector 3 yellow flag. That's usually just people moving out of the way. 340 k's an hour sometimes to get down. It looks like 335 will be the max out. Hits hard on the brakes, gets that front right lock up. Beautiful. Oh, and it looks like it's a little bit of a gear change issue there, but that's okay. Loses a bit of traction, comes round. So, Sixth gear, DRS, he'll cross the line and he'll set with a 132.5. So
On
Revo
hards.
will have the fastest lap so far. Shrimp comes behind with a 133.9 on the hard compound.
That's an awesome time for hard compound.
Just jumping on board with Matoid here, who's finishing up his lap as well as he comes up into that back straight. So T-Mac with a 133.333. Okay? So T-Mac slots himself in a second there. Greeny comes across with a 134.46. And in fourth. Gus rules his teammate with a 140.7. Good warm-up lap. Alright, so 13 minutes 40 left in this qualifying session. Impulse comes across with a 133. Yep, 37. Bandcamp with a 133.36. That puts him in third. Matzoid comes across with a 133.5. That'll put him in fifth. And Smitty slots in there as well with a 134.2. Mikau with a 132.6. Right behind Revo there to put him in second.
1/10. Wow, behind Revo.
So, Apollo currently on his outlap, so we'll switch on with him in a minute. But so far with these initial laps, not bad. I mean, 132.5 on the hard compound, eh?
With Mikau not that far behind. Very impressive.
So this is going to look good. This Revo sets another fastest lap, a 132.068. Oh my god, he shattered 5/10.
That one lap alone. On the hard compound too.
Yeah. Alright, no, Apollo comes into the pits. Doesn't look like he'll be doing his.
Mikau's on an in lap. He won't be going again.
Miko's coming up that back straight. That fuel light is flashing. Will he finish this one though? No. Looks like he's just waving around.
Yeah, he's on an in lap.
So we'll jump on with Flyboy. He's coming in on that lap, so once he finishes. Alright, so far 11 minutes 45 left. So Revo putting on a great showing here. Can we see some improvement from the other guys?
Both Renaults in the top 5.
So obviously that's showing that Bandcamp's put in a lot of practice and it's starting to
Wahid
pay
comes
off.
up to...
Oh, Wahid slots in there with a 133.1. So one of the Mercedes breaking in now. Where's Lotus? So Lotus came in at in 11th, 134.13. So here comes Flyboy in the racing point. He'll start the lap. Let's see how he does. Moving up into turn 1. Now, of course, very ballet-esque style of gear changing when you're coming down, because you don't want to use the brakes too much because you'll lose way too much speed on the up section. You want to tend to use your engine braking to hold on to as much speed as you can moving through that section. So goes past sector 1. It's turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 done. Goes around the turn 4 hairpin-esque, and he comes through the banking in the second sector. Again, another one of those delicate balance areas where you have to try and feather the throttle so you don't cook your tyres too much and also keep the line. So he'll come out, finish sector 2. What are we looking at? A 52.8. Not bad. Down through the gears. He comes out into the wide banking corner at the back. Grandstands. Nice line. And it looks like he'll kiss the curb as he comes on the out. So now it's all about that top speed. 8th gear hits the DRS section. Where's the top speed going to max? Looks like it's going to be around the 335, 336. There it is, 336. Hard on the brakes in at turn 14. Kisses the apex. It's on the outside edge. So now all he's got to do is bring it home. Wahid moves out onto the left. So let the racing point go past. And he'll go with a 133.1. Puts him in third.
Great lap there.
That is a great run.
that's another driver to note. Flyboy has been putting in some practice too, and he has improved.
Yeah, definitely. It's as is evident. 133-1 there, putting himself in third. So we see Greeny here. Looks like Gus Rules is also on an outlap. He's about to go across the line. Oh, this track map makes it so easy to see who's going on a lap. This is great. Alright, so on board with Gus Rules in the Ferrari, currently 17th. See how much he can improve. Gus Rules was your dark horse, was he not? So,
yes, he was.
Alright, so we'll see how much he can improve. Currently down on his time by 300ths, but that's something you can bring back. We'll see how much. So, through the banked corner, elongated corner I should say, of Sector 2. Curve there, so he'll finish his sector 2 now, looking for a 52. It's a 53.0, but he is up on his time by 1/10, almost 2. So there'll be some improvement, but it's not going to be crazy. It's still going to be within the realm of 140. See how much speed he carries down this back straight.
He seems to really be struggling on this track by his times.
Down through the gears, goes a little bit wide on turn 14, uses a lot more curb on the outside. That's probably going to cost him time. Here we go, now he's going to kiss this inside one. Uses a lot exit. What are we looking at? A 133.5. A dramatic improvement.
Lap.
Dramatic improvement on the back end of the track. And that'll slot him into 9th position. Not
Seb's about to come across the line.
bad. Let's see, Seb will finish his lap, and we're looking at a 133.0, so that'll put him in 4th, just underneath T-Mac. So T-Mac currently leading over the Red Bull here in the qualification standings.
Wow.
Not a bad showing.
T-Mac did another lap, he's in the 32s now.
Alright, so we'll jump on board with Nut here in the Toro Rosso, or AlphaTauri, depending on which season you want to follow. He'll come across the line and start his flying lap, so we'll see what he can provide. So Nut with a 134.4 on the soft. On the soft! Okay, so Nut deciding he's going to go with the soft to hard strategy, it looks like. But I don't think he meant to go that slow around that corner. We'll see. Crossing the sector, it's going to be a 24.7, so he's already up on his time by 4/10.
It's going to be interesting to see how Nut will do in the race with those softs, considering they'll be pretty burnt out by lap 3 if he qualifies on them.
So I don't know if he's trying to gain, or maybe he's gaming for that track position and see if he can hold out. I'm not sure. Ooh, that's a lot of curb. Coming on that exit, it's going to cost him, but he is 6/10 up on his time. So he did set a 134.4. So right now he will improve, but by how much? Revo's still on the top of the qualification standings with a 132.0 earlier on the hard compound. Bandcamp slotting in behind his teammate with a 132.5 on the medium. Mick out with a 132.6. This is how ridiculously crazy this is. Revo did a 132.0 on the hard compound.
And Band can only manage 132.3, which is 132.5, which is still an amazing lap, but it's on the mediums.
But it's on the mediums, and we know that the delta is at least like
7/10.
something crazy. So Nut comes across. He'll sit in 9th currently with a 133.2.
Band's towing Revo.
Band is towing Revo. Okay, so we'll have to switch over to Revo. Oh, a massive lockup on that back on the tyres there as they come around turn 14. So it looks like, and he's going to go into the pits. All right, so Mick out on an out lap. So we'll monitor him as currently on the mediums. We'll see if he can improve at all. Currently sitting 3rd, 132.6.
the time's coming down, but so far it's a front row lockout for Renault.
I know, and that is something that I wouldn't have expected. I did say that, you know, I did say that I'd hope that Bandcamp would find his groove, and it looks like he has. So 132.5 for Bandcamp in the Renault. Looks like he'll be starting second, but we still have 4 minutes to go here in Shanghai for this qualification session, and a lot can happen within those 4 minutes. So right now, we're on board on the Haas with Mikau. He will start his flying lap. How much more can he improve? We're about to find out. So moving down into turn 1. Oh, that is an aggressive attack on that corner. Looks like Jacob Meister has left the session. So he set a 134.4, so currently in 19th. Gus Rules has also left the session. He's with a 133.5. So how much of an improvement does Mikau make? 2/10 up, almost 3. So right now, he's looking for a comfortable second.
He might strip the front row lockout from Renault.
It's interesting to point out that Bandcamp is currently soft equipped. Now is
Same
this
as Greeny.
Yeah, now is this 2 set a time? Or
Impulse comes in second.
just switched over. So Impulse with the Alpha comes in with a 132.2. So that's just split up the 2 Renaults. Mikau's coming to finish his Sector 3 now. Down the back straight. See how much of an improvement he's made. Didn't quite get the Sector 2 timing.
Potty come across to the 4.
5. On the brakes. So yes, Potty in the McLaren with a 132.6. So how much of an improvement will Mikau make? Coming around that final corner now. Hits the DRS section. It's looking pretty good. A 131.7.
He's on provisional pole.
So he will be on provisional pole. However, for those who can read, Revo is currently on an outlap, and I am sure that that's going to be broken. But that is a great showing from Mikau. Puts himself right at the top. There's a bunch of others are now trying to assess. Let's jump on with T-Mac. He's currently midway through his lap. Now he's coming around to finish that Sector 2. What type of improvement are we going to see? 3, almost 4/10 up on his time. This is good. This might be able to slot him into 4th.
If he keeps this up, he'll be on the second row, yeah.
So T-Mac doing a great job here in the Williams. Punching through that last section. Here we go. How much of an improvement? Can he break that top 5? Bandcamp currently sitting 5th now with a 132.5. Nothing's changed. Apollo off to the left. Here comes T-Mac now. Now this corner. There we go. So we're looking at a 130. It's a 130. Oh, a 132.0. That puts him in second. Right behind Mikau. And now, let's shift over to Revo.
Wahid with the exact same time, split by 3 100ths.
Yeah, so Wahid managed to put himself 3rd there for the Mercedes. So now it all lies on Revo with 40 seconds to go. Where can Revo... Is he 7/10 up? I didn't see the timing.
He is 7/10 up on his time.
Yeah, okay. So, he's first. So Matt Dabry reckons Revo will do a 131. You reckon he'll do a 131 flat? Maybe.
He's on the course.
Maybe.
1 corner to go.
125. 126 as he comes around that corner. Hits the DRS section. Will it be in the 130s? 131.063. He beat his time by a full second.
He's got to be happy with that. That is an amazing time.
Oh, man.
On pole by 7/10.
And then fabulously crashes out. That's all good. All right, so we're waiting for a ton of people to come around. So currently, as it stands, Revo will be your pole sitter with a 131.063. Mikau close behind with a 131.746. T-Mac sitting third with a 132.0. And Wahid just that little bit far behind with a 132.04. Potsy manages to stay fifth. Impulse gets put down to 6. Seb crosses the line and splits T-Mac down 1, so he's now third. Seb getting in that 131 bracket with a 131.95.
Very interesting to note. From 3rd to 14th, now 15th, they're all within a second of each other.
Yeah, the timings here are crazy. Now you can see Lotus still has a lap. He's currently sitting 15th. Is he going to finish the lap? Nope, pulls it in. So he will stay 15th. Don't think anyone else is out. No, that means everyone is now finished. Just got to wait for Lotus to get put into his box. And that should mean we can move on to the race.
Now, so far, Revo is 3 for 3 poles.
Do you reckon he'll do a full 21?
Oh, I'm not sure. Mikhail could catch up on him by the Europe tracks, but he's in with a good chance at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Now, for those of you at home who can hear the incredible lightning and thunder, yeah, I'm in the middle of a storm, so I'm hoping it doesn't cut out my power, because that would suck. But, or just think of it as me as a god, and that's just the booming bass every time I talk. Alright, so that is our qualifying done. So Revo, of course, to pretty much no surprise, sets a pole, 131.0 there on the mediums. Mikhail with a blistering pace, 131.7. And then Seb fitting in that 131 bracket as well with a 131.95. And T-Mac in 4th, where I thought he would be. He locks out that. They lock out those front 2 rows. Wahid puts himself in 5th. Great job there. Potsy in 6th. Impulse putting that Alpha in 7th place. Matzoid doing well in 8th. Flyboy and Apollo 9th and 10th. Bandcamp got pushed all the way down to 11th place. He was sitting 2nd at one point.
Yeah, they had a front row lockout and now he's down in 11th. I didn't see that.
So he gets pushed all the way down to 11th. So what we've got to do now is just wait for all the drivers to finalise their setups, get their fuel loads right, and then we'll be able to kick off. As stated earlier, this will be a dry race, so nothing should catch us off guard. Matadabri in the chat. Yeah, I reckon Mikhail will catch. I do too. I honestly think that he might. To be fair, like, he's got the pace. And we know how good Revo is, and if he does, and here's the thing, if he does catch him, and it throws a wrench in the works mid-season, oh man, I cannot wait. I hope that is the case.
I'm looking forward mid to end season with the battle for best of the rest.
That is true. Yeah, we do. I do focus a lot sometimes on the front guys, but it's nice to see battles happening all throughout the grid, of course. And I really do think that Impulse is going to push that best of the rest up there. I really do. Impulse will start showing. Potsy, he had a great showing there in Bahrain, so I want to see how well he does here as well. Hopefully T-Mac can continue his good streak.
If T-Mac keeps improving, he might be able to take it to even Mikhail at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just comes down to confidence and whether or not you can find that groove. Okay. So it looks like everybody is ready to go. The track is green, which means that maybe for the race we might actually have Revo is on the grid. Oh, it looks like there is something happening with the host. I'm not sure. Alright. We might be looking at a restart. Yeah, looks like we're looking at a restart. Something has gone on there. I'll see if I can find out what's going on for you guys. Yeah, it looks like there's a restart. Jacob. So Jacob Meister couldn't jump into the lobby quick enough. Looks like he had some issues. So we will have to have a little bit of a wait as everyone gets put back into the new lobby. Okay.
This is a miracle for soft runners.
It is. It is because, of course, restarting lobby means no tire wear.
They'll have an extra 3 laps, but they'll have to monitor their heat a lot.
Man, I have to admit, I am so happy that they added a track map in Spectator.
Yeah, it really helps.
If in the live races, it shows the yellow flag areas, then that is all I have wanted for them. The only thing they could do better now is to give me proper telemetry. If they could output proper telemetry, that'd be awesome. But
and it'll be interesting to see sector times for the driver you're spectating. Say sector 1 lights up purple or green.
Yeah.
What their pace is like.
We'll have to see how that. So because it didn't do anything in qualifying, but just when we were in that the race setting, the track was green. So usually when it lights up green like that at the start of the race, it means that it has live track status. Because I have a similar track to that in telemetry apps that I use, but importing it into the stream was very difficult, and getting it right, it was just really annoying. So hopefully this will alleviate those. If there is anybody in the stream right now watching who was having issues last week with the streaming quality, can you just let me know if it's working any better? I really hope it is, so that you guys aren't left out. There's Coach. What's happening, man?
I wonder if the podium will be different this race round, because we've had the exact same podium finishes, exact same order for the first 2 races.
For podiums, yes. That's right. Yes. T-Mac came 4th in Australia and 5th in Bahrain. Potty managed to squeeze that out of there. So.
Seb second. Seb third. Mikhail second.
That's correct. Yes. So yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see what China can bring us.
Well, we know for sure it'll be a dry race, not like Singapore last season.
That was one of the best races I've watched in AFR. One of the best. That was awesome. Watching Seb manage to bring that home with dry tires in the wet. He had to drive so slow, but he managed to do it. It was awesome.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, the last 2 laps it just started bucketing down.
Coach, do we know? Yeah, do we know qualification results while waiting? Yes. Let me think. Revo set a pole. He was set a 1:31.0 on the medium compound. Mikau was 2nd. Seb set 3rd. T-Mac set 4th. I believe Wahid was 5th. Potsy was 6th. Impulse was 7th. Matzoid was 8th. And I believe Apollo and Flyboy, but not in that order. I think Flyboy was 9th. Apollo was 10th. If I've got that right, go me.
Yeah, if you got that right, that'll be good guessing.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so they will be kicking in now, so we'll be able to set up. Formation lap is on, so they will get the chance to warm up their tyres. Whew. As we wait for everybody to jump in. So we have 19 drivers, so almost a full grid. So we should be in for some pretty awesome racing.
I mean, 1 car doesn't make that much of a difference, but
it can. I'll be honest, it can. You're right, it doesn't, but it can. It can. Any extra car, because you can't guess what a car will do. So any amount, like if you have 10 people, it's different. But when you're talking about when you get to that max end, like 19 cars on the track, it's just bonkers. It's so good to see though. It's so good to see fuller turnouts, because it just means you get better racing. Because the more cars you have at the back, it means that for those at the front, you have to fight through more back markers. And that throws more difficulty into the race, which just means it's better viewing for all of us here on the spectator side.
Definitely throws a spanner in.
Oh, for sure, because you not only you're in a groove, you're smashing out the race, but you're still beholden. Like obviously, blue flags call out, and you move out of the way, but still in a racing environment, sometimes it's not always.
Let's say in Revo's case, he's just setting in the groove, setting fastest time after fastest time, and then just comes across a back marker. He's has to really focus on getting around him.
Mm-hmm. So, that is the wrong screen. I'm really good at this. All right, let's jump back there.
Only missing one. Coach, where are you?
Yes, no, Coach is sitting with us here in the spectator box, so he'll be watching. As everyone's falling around, just warming up their tyres, getting one last slow lap of the track before everything kicks off. So, of course, 28 laps here in Shanghai. I have to admit, the more I see... I'm telling you, man, the more I see this track, Matt, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
It's in a good position, too. It doesn't take away. You can still see the racing very clearly, so I'm happy.
And you can see the dots that are closer together. You can tell they're battling, or...
Yeah, it is good. I usually watch the intervals. The intervals help me out a lot with that. But,
yeah, but it'll be a lot easier to tell, not just off the intervals.
Yeah, that's right, if you have a quick glance. The thing I want is if it tells me about... if it does highlight the track properly with yellow flags and things like that, then it'll be good because I'll be able to tell straight away who it was and get a much better... overview of everything. So Codemasters 10 out of 10 for that, not for the other stuff, but that good. Keep that.
Everybody weaving. Jacob's just at the back doing a Kimmy.
Okay, so coming around that final corner, everybody's setting up now, and I'll be able to kick this race off. I'm not sure what's going on with the Flyboys interval time, but something is triggering there. Hopefully that'll fix itself as they all come through.
Interesting. The top 9 are all different teams.
That's awesome. No, they're not. No, they're not.
Wait.
Matzoid and Seb are both Red Bull. All right.
I thought Matt was a Taurus.
That's okay. All right, so everybody's ready to go. What just happened to half the grid? I'm not sure. Maybe that's the thing on my end. Okay, so they're all kicked off. What is going on? Half the people are ghosts. I have no idea. But anyway, Revo's out in front. Mikkel's just behind. Looks like everybody got a decently clean start. Potsy's making some moves up in the middle there. Oh, what does your scoreboard look like? Because right now it's telling me Combine's in front.
Combine's 2 minutes ahead for me.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's back. It's fixed.
Okay, it looks like everything's back now. So, Revo ahead, Mikkel in second, Seb in third, Wahid in fourth, Potsy in fifth. T-Mac looks like he drops one position. We've got a Sector 2 yellow flag, and one of the Mercedes is off the track, and that is Lotus. He gets pushed off, so he's now dropped back to 19th. Thank you, track map. Very easy to identify. So Flyboy makes a movement as well, so does Nut. Looks like 11th and 15th respectively. We have another Sector 2 yellow flag. Impulse gets given a... what? Gets given a 5-second penalty for ignoring a blue flag. Okay, that'll get contended. That's okay. We can work on that. Yep. Seb goes way wide coming onto that back straight. As you see all of them start to funnel in. We have yet another yellow flag, even though nobody is in Sector 2.
Potsy just drives off into the grass.
I have no idea what is happening, but hopefully this will all fix itself as they cross the line. So we can see Potsy and Shrimp. As Shrimp makes the overtake, Matzoid now right up on the back of Potsy as they come down the main straight. And you can see everyone falling in. Did they improve the spectator cameras as well? I don't remember these cameras.
Matzoid's gone for a move around the outside on Potsy.
So it looks
like
hold it? Probably won't be able to hold it. Of course, Shanghai Tier 1 tucks in very, very hard. So unless Matoi can get this set in, no, Potsy will keep the position. So 7th will stay with him. Now, let's have a look. A couple of positions up as Seb is only 0.25 behind Mikau. So Potsy, so Potsy's still ahead in 7th. Yet another yellow flag. I think something's glitching out here. So a decent race start. Unfortunate for Lotus. But he's only 8 seconds behind, so it's not too bad. Maybe he'll be able to catch up when it comes to pits. Combined makes an overtake at the back there for 17th.
Almost had a collision between the two Force India racing points.
I love how everyone keeps calling him Force India. I love it. I love it so much. But yes, Flyboy and Apollo driving hard in 11 and 12 respectively. Flyboy makes an overtake on Impulse. Coming down this back straight.
Impulse must be running high wing because he's just getting mugged on the straight.
So we'll have to keep an eye out. So the 2 racing points managed to overtake. Impulse now in 12th as Revo comes across and sets a fastest lap. Oh my god, these two they're racing like they're Haas. Now Impulse is coming to look to make a move. He goes up on the outside. There's 3 wide coming down into turn 1. Can Impulse make the move? It looks like he's going to hold it. Fail, no, but there's hit. There's contact. Impulse is spun. He's spun on there. And now he's in the wall.
Impulse is round. Apollo must have lost out too.
He has damage. There is damage on the track. I think. And he's left. And Impulse has left the session. So he's got damage on that front right wing. And he's called it.
Both M plates and half of the right wing is gone.
He's called
and Lotus
it.
pits.
So that is very unfortunate there for Impulse. Getting a little bit thing. We'll see if we can have a quick look at that on the replay. No, we can't because it didn't save. That is awesome. God damn.
Wahid's within DRS on Seb. Coming down the back straight.
So
Flap opens. Look at the speed on the Mercedes, but just not close enough.
Okay, so Revo's still ahead, currently with a 1.9 second gap. Mikau in second. Seb in third. Wahid currently watching. He is 0.5 behind. And T-Mac 0.7 behind.
Apollo's retired.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so Apollo's pulled into the pits and retired. So that is our first DNF. Because technically, Impulse's car is still driving around on track. So Apollo pulls out of this race. We're now down to 18 drivers. Lap 4 of 28.
The person who has gained the most has been Shrimp, making up 6 positions.
Yeah, so he's currently sitting 6th right now. So at least one of the Alphas still in the running. So that'll make good for them in the Constructors' Championship.
Potsy comes into DRS, 2/10 behind Shrimp. Shrimp goes defensive, Potsy goes to the outside. Braking late, both of them.
Break into turn 14. Looks like Potsy gets got up on the outside. There's contact. He gets forced off the track. This might allow Matoid to make up some time. He was 1 second behind. Now he's down into that 0.3. Combined makes a move. Not combined. Side by side. Down for 12th. So as they come onto the main straight, Potsy's going to look to make a move on Shrimp.
Combined with the switchback at that fast left, final corner, he's got him.
So Combined makes a move. He'll take 12th as we watch Potsy trying to go up on Shrimp. Matoid trying to do the same on Potsy. 0.3 behind. So right now Reba has jumped up his lead to 3 seconds.
After 5 laps.
After 5 laps, yeah. It's kind of bonkers.
His pace is just... He's in a league of his own.
At least for the moment. So Gus Rawls makes a move on Jacob at the back. He'll move up to 15th. As we see these gaps start to even. Potsy and Matzoid both 0.5. Matzoid dropping a little bit here on that back straight. It looks like he might be running high downforce because he's getting... Yeah, massive pull away. So
down
Potsy,
the inside.
looking down on the inside. Will he be able to make it? Hits hard. Kisses the apex and it looks like he'll win out. Oh, but Trip manages to keep the speed. So now it's going to be who can turn into 15 faster. Impulse stays on the... Trip stays on the inside. Potsy with the nose out in front and he'll take the position. But they are on the straight, which means the Alpha's going to have DRS. Actually, neither of them have DRS. Interesting. So it looks like the slipstream is all he can rely on. But Potsy does stay out in front, so Shrimp loses a position. And Matzoid manages to climb up the time.
Flyboy also making up a position on Smitty through DRS. On start straight.
So we'll drop down 1 position. Shrimp now in 7th. See if he can reclaim the spot taken by the McLaren. Matzoid trying his best to stay with that group. But you can tell he must be running higher downforce. Because any time there's any semblance of straight, that Red Bull gets left way back in the dust. So Bandcamp currently sitting 11th. 0.4 behind Smitty in the Toro Rosso. So just to keep an eye, we'll just jump on board. Have a look at this timing here. So Matzoid currently 0.5. Shoot goes out to the side. Here
Van's going to make a move on Smitty, I think. He's close.
He tries. Can he get the switch back? But no, he'll have to fall to the Toro Rosso.
It's going to be interesting to see come pit stops. I wonder whether the undercut or the overcut is stronger on this track.
Well, if everyone's running mediums, they'll pit, what, lap 11? Lap 12?
I think the pit window is 11 through 13 if you start on the mediums, yeah.
Much longer until we find out how the pit strategies do affect the evolution of the race. Revo currently 3.6 ahead.
It must be the undercut because you come out on fresh hards and everyone's just on 1 mediums.
So having a look at these intervals here, Wahid T-Mac in a very close lead, 0.5, 0.7 respectively. Shrimp Matzoid in the same boat, 7.7.6. Smitty gets overtaken by Bandcamp, but he's still within that 1 second gap, so he might be able to make a move again. And both the Ferraris, Gus Rawls and Greeny at the back there, 0.5 and 0.3.
All 4 cars are very close to each other.
So Matzoid's doing a much better job keeping up. I wonder what it was previously that was giving him some issues. Maybe his DRS. It was an operation, I'm not sure. But he's definitely
Both Ferraris and the
better.
Williams have DRS.
So Gus Rawls makes an overtake. Looks like Jacob makes an overtake on Greeny.
Ooh, Jacob goes wide on that corner. He had a bit of wheel spin.
On board now with Greeny. Can he make a move? On the straight. He's got DRS, so does Jacob Meister. So his teammates managed to make it all the way up to 13th. Greeny's the one that got left behind. Can the prancing horse make his way up through the grid? Currently trying to get past the Williams. And the Toro Rosso will be his next target. Greeny having some bad luck in the past 2 races. Hopefully we'll be able to make it up here. It's a little bit wide into that corner. Currently 0.6. 8 laps down, 20 to go.
Wahid and T-Mac are both going to have DRS coming up the back straight.
Jesus.
Might be a bit far back.
Sector 3 yellow flag. Oh, Greeny! Greeny goes off the track. And so does one of the Toro Rossos.
Smitty.
Smitty as well. Okay. Is there any chance that that got caught on the... Nope. God damn it. This was working earlier.
When crunch time comes, it just doesn't work.
I don't know what's going on. I'll have to fix it. Okay, so Greeny got caught out there. Spun onto the grass.
Smitty pits. From the looks of it, Greeny has no damage, so he'll be able to continue on, but Greeny has to pit. I think he's got wing. Yeah, Greeny's, Smitty's wing is just completely gone. Red wing.
Okay, so Wahid and T-Mac still underneath that 1 second time. Matzoid's also really bringing down the time as well. Shrimp's been extended to 1.1, so he's now outside the DRS range to Potsy, but Matzoid is keeping the range here, and now it looks like he's going to try and attack on the inside as they come onto the straight. So Shrimp's not going to have DRS, but Matzoid will, and he won't even need it, even before the sector. And he goes right up on the outside, so Shrimp's just going to have to deal with it. Shrimp's still looking on the inside, looks for that peak, but it's not going to work, so he'll have to hard on the brakes. And that's going to allow Matzoid to jump up 1 position, so 7th now for the Red Bull.
Matzoid got a bad exit. Shrimp now has DRS coming into turn 1.
He has DRS, but he didn't active. Oh, he did. Sorry. The camera angle was tricking me there. But Matzoid looks to be holding him off coming into turn 1. And yep, the Alpha stays behind. So Matzoid will hold on to 7th. How well can Shrimp stick to the back of that Red Bull throughout the rest of the sectors? Time will tell. Lap 10 of 28. So we're 10 laps in, and from 1st to 5th there has been no movement. Everyone has held their position. Shrimp there with 0.6, so still holding on to the back. Not at the back there with a 0.8.
Wahid's on the back of Seb by 0.6, but Seb has full ERS.
Here we go. Shrimp is within the DRS activation zone, but sitting at 0.8, it's going to be hard to come back. Hard on the brakes. Jeez, that gearbox is taking an absolute punishment.
Oh yeah.
So we're lap 11, so the pit window is open.
Oh, don't touch that grass.
Shrimp going a little bit wide there. That could have cost him dearly. See Bandcamp coming around the corner there in 10th. Currently 4 seconds behind Flyboy.
That grass is like the white line at Hungary. You do not touch it.
Alright, let's jump up a couple positions in the field. We'll jump on with T-Mac. He's currently 0.5 behind Wahid in the Mercedes. So So Shrimp's now brought it to point 2. Oh, Wahid goes a little bit wide. That might give T-Mac a little bit of time. But while Wahid is within that 1 second gap to Seb, it's going to be hard for T-Mac to...
Wahid's not going to get Seb. Seb, he's smacked it up to overtake.
Everyone there as Impulse's ghost moves over. So luckily he won't be.
Revo's in. Revo's pitting.
Revo pits. It looks like Seb pits as well, and T-Mac. T-Mac calls it with the big boys. Mikhail stays out. Wahid stays out.
Pit window's open. Potsy's in.
So here's where it starts.
Flyboy's in too.
So Mikhail is counting on getting as much time as possible out of this next lap to see if he can make up time on Revo. I don't think it's going to be the case. Revo had, like a 4 second gap at that point?
Yeah, if he has any hope, he really has to push now.
Okay. So, for now, standings changed slightly. Mikhail is now in the lead. Wahid stayed out as well. He's in second. Matzoid comes up to third. Shrimp fourth. Revo exits out in fifth now.
I think Jacob just let his teammate by.
Yep, so T-Mac now 10th. A good call there from the Williams guys. Each one knows which race they run. You want to try and maximise your points on the Constructors' Championship, you need to make sure you work as a team. So we're on board with Wahid here.
Band's going to go long. Band will go long. He's always very good on his tyres.
So Mikhail is now coming up to the pit. Will he go in? Will he stay out? Nah. Straight past the camera, and he'll go in. So, as he pulls in, stay on board.
Revo's second to last.
Let's see where he will exit. And it's not even going to be a competition because Revo is already coming around that corner. What a massive gap.
Mikhail's only just got into the box.
So, Wahid, Mikhail, Matzoid, Shrimp, and Bandcamp all pit. Revo retakes his lead. Wait a minute. What just happened to T-Mac? He's in 15th.
What? He must have had a spin.
Okay. So T-Mac's just left the session, and he's currently 15th. What? Okay. Alright, we'll have to try and figure that out later. T-Mac rejoins, so it looks like he had a bit of a disconnect. And that's going to cost him lap 13 and 28. He's all the way down in 15th. He's going to have to do some hard climbing. Not where you want to be.
I think Seb has spread in the disconnect curse to...
We are in China. The coronavirus acts in weird ways. So, alright, so Seb now third. Well, he was third before, but... So everything's sort of going back to... You see Wahid fighting with Gussie. He's trying to get past. And he does. Takes the inside line. Oh, Gus doesn't want to let it up, though. But he'll have to. As they come around at that back straight. Gus will have to settle for fifth. Oh, he goes a bit wide there. Way wide as he comes out.
He's really struggling on those tyres. He might box this lap.
Yeah, the grip's starting to drop off. So, only a couple of people that haven't pit. Let's see. Gus Rules, Jacob Meister, Nut, Greeny, and Lotus. Nope,
No,
Gus Rules stays out.
He goes again.
He decides to stay out, so... Matzoid comes in, so does Nut.
That wasn't a glitch. T-Mac is still down in 15th.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's going to have to do a massive climb now. Which is so unfortunate because he was doing so well. But...
I reckon he can do it.
The benefit is we've still got half a race to go. We are lap 14. It's 28 laps, so... He can do it. But it just means he has to drive harder than he might have wanted to.
I reckon he can make it into the points at least.
Yeah, 3 positions, probably. So after that pit window, all of the gaps have massively extended. Revo now 9.5 seconds in the lead. Seb 3.9 behind Mikau. Wahid's down 2.3. Gus Rules the same. Gus Rules and Jacob Meister still to pit. Smitty with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
That's interesting, that. We haven't seen a lot of penalties.
No, we had one for Impulse. Weird glitch there where he got hit for blue flag, and that was to do with the timing errors. But other than that, no. I think that's probably the first one. Actually, if we have a quick, let's just jump on to the race director incidents.
Yeah, it's only Smitty.
So there's a ton of warnings, but it's only Smitty that's got an actual time penalty for warnings.
So everyone's keeping it clean.
Let's jump back with Combined, who's currently on the back of Bandcamp. As Gus Rules comes into the pits.
T-Mac goes down the inside on Greeny down to turn 1.
He'll make the overtake. So T-Mac now in 11th.
Greeny almost had a run on him with the switchback, but just couldn't do it.
Alright, so Combined within that 1 second gap to Bandcamp there in 9th. So Combined is the hurdle now for T-Mac to get into the points. T-Mac at 2.5 seconds. Combined's teammate Potty currently in 6th. Not a bad race from him. And the band goes out a bit wide there at the start. It's going to allow Combined to get in close. How much so? Bandcamp's not going to have DRS. Combined will. 0.3 is the gap, so the McLaren is going to attack. And there goes the DRS, and right up on the outside of Bandcamp. He's going to have that quite easily, and he's going to have such a massive speed boost coming into turn 14. So now the trick will be, can Bandcamp try and make a move again? Looks like Combined's having a little bit of lag. It's jumping a little bit. There goes T-Mac. So Bandcamp now with the DRS advantage. Is he going to be able to make a move here for turn 1? Probably not. Goes up on the outside. Looks to go. He'll stay within that 0.2. Looks like Jacob Meister battling it out there in 6th with 15 laps on his hards. So he's going to have a bit of issues as everyone tries to make their way past him. Smitty gets a 3-second time penalty now for multiple warnings. Flyboy at 0.3.
That's actually Smitty's second penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And at this rate, he's going to lose out to Matsoid, down to 17th.
So we're starting to see a little bit of a battle forming here for 5th position as Jacob gets right up on the back of Potsy now. Flyboy doing the same to Jacob. So Racing Point, the Williams and the McLaren, they're all looking in, but Jacob has to pit. 15 laps. He calls it. So now Flyboy is going to move up into 6th, and he'll now take the challenge to Potsy. Shrimp comes up in position as well. Looks like Combined and Bandcamp will do the same. So hopefully that'll mean T-Mac can get pushed up into 10th, and he'll be at least in the points. And there it is.
T-Mac's in the points. Band right on the back of Combined, 410s.
Sector 3 yellow flag. It looks like Smitty is off the track. And he rejoins. Not having a great time, that guy.
No. Whatever he's done, he's escaped damage. His wing's fine.
Coach saying we need a safety car. If we got a safety car now, I don't even know what to think.
That would actually be perfect.
The safety car isn't turned off, but I think with some of the timing bugs, it throws out the safety car effectiveness. So I don't know if it'll get triggered properly.
Must vary from track to track then, because I know F2 Singapore, there was 3 VSCs. No, I think 2 VSCs and 1 actual safety car in the first race feature, and then the sprint there was the same amount actually, I think.
So jumping on board for a little bit with Seb, currently sitting third. So Seb, with a little bit of a helmet change up, decided to run different colours to commemorate the passing of Kobe Bryant. But of course, left us way too soon.
Unfortunately, along with his poor daughter and the rest of the people on that helicopter.
Yeah, and the crazy part is that pilot is like one of the most experienced pilots in that area. Like, he was like the go-to guy. So it's just crazy. It's just one of those freak things that happen, and it's nuts.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate too. He was just an inspiration to a lot of people around the world.
So lap 19 and 28. T-Mac sets the fastest lap there with a 1:33.7. Yeah, so you can tell he's pushing. Alright, so Flyboy is currently getting closer and closer to Potty now. Bandcamp. Oh, Smitty, disqualified from session, parked in a dangerous location. Okay, so Smitty just got punted off the race. So that's 2 official DNFs. And of course we do have Impulse that left, so technically 3. Matt Zoid sets a fastest lap, 1:35.7. Not a great race for Smitty, I have to admit. So he'll go out with that as Revo sets a fastest lap again, 1:35.1.
Jeez, for some people, that's almost quali speeds.
Yeah. So here we are with Bandcamp on that final straight. He's got DRS, but he doesn't use it. Interesting. T-Mac has joined, so it looks like he DC'd again. Oh, man. Come on, T-Mac. Hold it together for the last 8 laps. So, I'm thinking Bandcamp has a DRS failure. Because that's twice he's gone into DRS range and not used it.
I'll keep one eye open. I'll see if that's the case this lap too.
That would be just what he needs. A DRS failure. Revo now 12.8 seconds ahead. that's so
need a safety
fast.
car.
That's so fast. I'm getting flashbacks to the 90s. Eventually, we're going to have to start adding 100-kilo penalty weights to the car just to keep it competitive.
All right, Band coming onto the finals. Back straight.
Let's have a look. Within the DRS range, here comes the activation. Does that wing drop open? No, it doesn't. So Bandcamp has a DRS failure.
Oh no.
Lap 21 of 28. That is great. That is great. That's exactly what he needed right now.
It's the Renault too. They can add another one to their list of failures.
I will say this though. He's doing a great job to keep up without it.
Yeah, that's a good point, that.
Still 0.3. So, I mean, this just goes to show you, like, he's in his groove. He's in his groove. You think he'd be a little bit higher. But right now, without that DRS and still being able to keep within that 0.3 gap, great job, Band.
He's less than a car's length through the slower corners, so he's doing alright.
So on board with Flyboy now, 0.3 behind Potsy, trying to get that 5th position. 7 laps to go here in this race. Great job there from Flyboy. Unfortunately, his teammate did DNF after that collision with Impulse.
Even before DRS, Flyboy's gaining.
Here we go. So he'll trying to go up on the inside of turn 14. Potsy goes immediately to try and get as much drag as possible. He looks for the peak, but it's not going to be enough. The speed not there. So Potsy's going to have to try and compete. Moving onto the main straight. Here we go through that final turn. Now Potsy will be in the DRS zone. Will he be able to catch before turn 1? Probably not, but it will give him a better advantage as they move into the second part of the track. So 0.4 now the gap. Flyboy takes 5th. Potsy slots behind, but I'm sure that's going to be very short-lived. Oh, a little bit of sideways action from the McLaren there. Nice catch.
Yeah, that was a good catch there. Did well.
It's going to cost him a little bit of time, but he's still 0.5, so not too much. Lap 22. Revo encroaching almost a 14-second lead. Righto, chat. Here we go. How much time ahead do you think Revo will be at the end of the race? You have 6 laps remaining. If I had to guess, I'd say probably 16.
Shrimp is actually really struggling. Had a bit of an off sector 2.
Alright, so Apollo reckons 20 seconds. Dazza reckons 18.2. It's oddly specific. Bolero 69, 18 seconds. Okay, so 18 seconds, no worries. So that just informs me that I've completely underguessed. Potsy looks for a peak. Not quite going to make it happen. Flyboy still stays ahead, but 0.285 is the gap, so he could jump past at any moment now. So, I mean, so far it's been a pretty okay race. Unfortunate DNFs, but otherwise, fairly good. Oh, jeez, it's lap 23 or 28 and Mick out, and Revo's already at 14.5. So it's definitely not going to be 16. Coach reckons 17.9. Okay, again, oddly specific, but alright.
Apollo reckons 20 seconds.
At the current pace, yeah, probably. 4 laps to go. It's already 14.5.
4 laps to go, has to make up 5.5 seconds. If anyone can do it, it's him.
It's Riva, that's right. So Potsy drops down a little bit, 0.9 as they come into that back straight. The DRS will allow him to get a little bit of time back, but have a look at his ERS meter. It's very, very low, down at the 20% mark. So he's not going to be able to extend too much. What I might do, just jump back a couple of positions now. Bandcamp still with a DRS failure, so it looks like the Renault team haven't been able to fix it from the pits. So it looks like that's probably going to be disabled for the rest of the match. For the match?
Well to keep.
It's not a cricket game, it's a race, Jesus Christ.
He's been doing well to keep behind combined.
He has.
With the failure.
Oh, there's a DRS! Hold on a minute, the wing is open! The commentator's curse in reverse! And there it is. They've managed to fix that problem, so DRS is now enabled. The last 4 laps, this might be what Bandcamp needs to try and gain a couple of positions. He'll get past combined, and Shrimp has been... Oh, Seb.
No.
Seb just left the session. Okay, hopefully he can rejoin quickly.
Because Wahid's only 4.3 behind. How funny is that? Band's DRS just spontaneously comes back to working.
Yeah, the Renault team didn't like my shit talk. Okay, so Bandcamp now with that DRS enabled means that when he hits that back straight, he will be able to make an attack move on combined. And with the fact that Shrimp has been losing time...
Shrimp lost about 5 seconds.
Yeah,
in the time.
Bandcamp might actually be able to make 2 position jumps.
Ooh, bit of an oversteer moment for Band.
As long as
Just
it's
a bit of
within
time.
1 second, so it's 0.5 as they come round. But here's the thing, combined will have DRS as well. So here come the... And there it goes. Okay, so you can see combined make the move. God, he's swerving like a serpentine. So combined makes the move on Shrimp. And he goes on the outside. Shrimp looks to keep the position. Now the fighting between those two is probably going to allow Bandcamp to climb a little bit of time. Up onto that main straight. So combined lost out. And now Bandcamp's 0.3 behind. Here we go, Shrimp going a little bit wide. Combined's looking for that inside line, but he gets cut off. The door gets closed. Bandcamp looking to make any form of jump here. Waiting for that window of opportunity. Blessing his lucky overalls. Now there's DRS is back. Just keep an eye on Potsy as well, who's trying to make a jump on Flyboy. Currently 0.4 behind. Lap 25 of 28, and Revo is currently at 15.4 seconds.
Shrimp must be running a very aggressive setup because Combined and Band just have so much more pace over him, and he's just been losing time. And they have the same amount of wear on each of their tyres, 12 laps each.
Oh, a little bit of a drift there from Band. Gets a little bit of a catch though. Here we go, now on that back straight. So Combined, of course, will have DRS, so will Bandcamp. How much time can they gain? Combined only 0.2. He is looking to make a move. Shrimp goes to block off that inside line. Combined says he'll just go on the outside, but it means the switch rack will have to be perfectly done. Combined tries to get it. Shrimp gets a good exit though. And then they all come round that final corner. Look at the time that Band has made up as Combined tried to battle. Bandcamp in a great position here. He's going to go up fast. Shrimp now gets caught up on the inside. Combined's trying to look. There's a little bit of contact. Bandcamp decides to put himself in there. The Renault and the McLaren go wheel to wheel as they come round turn 2. It looks like Combined will probably hold him off. But Bandcamp's not giving up.
Band's going to have the inside line down to...
Will he break later? And he does. Will he be able to keep it? It looks like he's forced him. And that is great. Bandcamp takes the position. He's now 8th. Now he's going to set his sights on Shrimp. But Combined is still close, which means when he comes down to that main straight, he's got to be careful. Also, Band has been having a little bit of slide coming out of that winding turn into that back straight. So he's got to keep that as Revo sets another fastest lap. Combined going a little bit wide there. That's going to give Band some breathing room. It's now 0.3. So he's going to be the integral part as they come around this banking corner. How close can he keep to the back of that Alpha? Here we go. We're in the DRS zone now. The wings open.
Both using overtake.
Brakes. Bandcamp looks to stay close. Oh, gets a little bit of drift there. That's going to allow Combine to come back. As they come around that final corner. It's lap 27 to 28. So we've only got one lap to go after Revo crosses the line. By the way, status update, 16.6 seconds. So my time's already been blitzed. And there is one lap to go. So those of you who said 18, you might actually be on the money.
Mikhail's in a grey area of his own. He's 16 seconds behind Revo, but 16 seconds in front of Wahid.
Yeah, that's right. So it's not like he's slow. He's fast. But the thing is, Revo's just gets into that zone and he takes off and just leaves everyone. It's crazy.
Also, Seb still hasn't rejoined.
Yeah, so his AI is going to have to do a lot of the hard work. Because Potsy is coming close, but there is only one lap. I don't think he can make that 3 seconds. The question will be, now, can Flyboy make the overtake on Potsy in this final lap? And can Bandcamp make the position on Shrimp? Because he has to worry about in front and behind. Combined is not going to just let Bandcamp have this unopposed. So as they come around...
If Band goes too deep, he's just going to get absolutely mugged by Combine.
So Flyboy makes the pass on Potsy for the final lap. So as they come into this last lap of this race, as Bandcamp goes hard on the brakes on the inside, a massive lockup. That's going to cause Shrimp to go up on the outside. Combine's going to try and make a move as well. He goes up on the inside. Can he make the inside for that corner? I don't think so. He'll have to hold back. But now we're on the last lap. So it's all or nothing for Band. If he wants to try and make a position change, it's going to be now. The same for Combined. And Potsy is also in the same boat. Shrimp goes up on the inside. It looks like Bandcamp goes way wide. He's probably going to get the advantage. But he has to try and hold it. Can he get it on the inside of the next turn? Oh, they're side by side. Looks like Shrimp gets a little bit of more speed as he comes out. So Band's still going to stay in 8th. But Combined... floating right behind there in the rearview mirror. Bandcamp makes the position change. He's now in 7th. Shrimp falls into 8th. Yep. So now it's going to be a massive battle to the end. Another thing to point out is Flyboy makes the overtake on Seb. That's unfortunate.
Shrimp got him. Band had to lift off.
Looks like Potsy might make the overtake as well. So Revo wins, and the timing is all off because it reckons Mikhail's a lap behind. No way. I can't even tell which one he goes 1. Okay,
wait,
so
T-Mac 3/10 behind Combined.
Yeah, so T-Max managed to make a massive jump as well. So here we are coming into the final. So Revo takes the win. Wahid is 2nd. Mikhail, for some weird reason, the timing is all off. I have no idea what's going on, but we'll have to fix it up. So Bandcamp stays in front. Combine looks to make a move. He's up on the outside of Shrimp, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get past. So Bandcamp is currently going to cross the line in 6th position, which is a great job from the Renault as Combine comes across in 8th. Jacob Meister comes across in 9th due to T-Mac with some penalties there.
Wait, T-Mac had penalties?
I think so, because he finished 1st, but... no, he didn't. So why is the timeout? Something.
And it also says Mikhail is a lap behind, apparently.
No, okay, so it just fixed for me. Alright, so 17.0, so the closest was...
Wait, what? It still hasn't fixed
technically...
T-Mac.
Coach said 17.9. Oh my god, what is this? Thank you for adding a track map into your game, Codemasters, but maybe let's work on this timing stuff. Please? Oh man. Okay, so a great drive there from Revo and Mikhail. Also Wahid putting himself... So, not the... You were right, there was a podium change, but not for the reasons you thought. Seb with that disconnect, and unfortunately that's cost him all the way down to 5th, I believe, before the game ended. The gap was 17 seconds, Coach.
Wait, Seb is down to 6th.
Yeah, that hurts. That definitely does hurt. So obviously a great job there from Revo to finish first. Mikau in second, great pace. Wahid managed to get third. Flyboy and Potty, great battling there, managing to get 4th and 5th. Very unfortunate for Seb with that disconnect at the end. That's put him into 6th position. Bandcamp climbed up fantastically. Started grid 11th, managed to put himself in 7th place. So great drive there from the Renault. Shrimp, unfortunate. He did climb up from 12 to 8, so it's no slouch. But he was having some issues there at the back end. And that's cost him a couple of positions combined, managing to keep 9th. Jacob Meister 10th. Just knocking his teammate out of the points. T-Mac, so unfortunate. Well, okay, that's a little bit crazy, but that is that done and dusted. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the race. I know that we did. Now we have to go and get ready for our Tier 2 race. Before we go, who would be your driver of the day?
I reckon... It'd have to be Jacob. He came from 19th on the grid.
Yeah, that's a pretty good call.
Other than that, Revo's an obvious... Yeah,
Revo's not allowed. Screw Revo. Revo's not allowed. Nah.
Wahid then.
No worries. We love you, Revo. No hard feelings. Alright, guys. We're going to get out of here. There's going to be a short break, and then, of course, stick around for Tier 2. Shouldn't be too long. Thanks, guys. I've been Kunai Zero. This has been Red Panda. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Closer.